We've all seen it happen in big companies, in technology, in our economies. There's a critical decision that needs to be made, but it gets delayed and delayed until it's just too late. Now, what looks like a simple mistake, a failure of judgment, it's often something else entirely. It's the system working perfectly. I mean, we think of decisions as pretty straightforward, right? You spot a problem, you make a choice, you fix it. It should be a straight line from A to B, from issue to resolution. That's the common sense view. But when you start looking at large, complex systems, a really unsettling pattern shows up again and again. When the system is faced with a critical choice, its first instinct, its almost reflexive response, is to do nothing. That's right. Its first choice is to not choose. It waits. And on the surface, that seems completely irrational, doesn't it? Like a bug in the code? But underneath, there's a hidden logic at work. And this is the inevitable result. You start with a small, manageable problem, something that could have been fixed, but it's ignored. And that inaction allows it to grow, to spiral into this massive crisis that threatens the whole system. What was once a simple fix is now an existential threat. See, this isn't just a series of bad calls. This pattern of catastrophic delay, it's the product of a hidden architecture. It's the system following a set of rules that we just can't see. To really get this, let's picture something. Imagine the system is a simple machine. At the very beginning, there's this clean, open space, a window of opportunity. And action can be taken easily. The path forward is totally clear. And here is the absolute key to understanding this. That decision to wait, it isn't passive. Delay isn't the absence of a choice, it is a choice. And it's a choice that actively changes the state of the entire system forever. With every tick of the clock that goes by without a decision, the internal environment of that system shifts. The very conditions that made the original choice so simple, they start to warp. And as the system changes, options just start to disappear. That flexibility the system had at the beginning, it starts to dry up. With each moment of inaction, the system gets more rigid. Its possible futures become more and more limited. Let's go back to our machine. That first decision to just wait a little longer, click. A new component, a small gear, has just been locked into place. It's now sitting in that once open window. It's not blocking everything, but that clean, open space is gone. So why on earth would the system do this to itself? Why add a piece that literally gets in its own way? Well, because if you're a single component inside that system, waiting is the most rational thing you can do. And here's the logic it's following. Acting now is a gamble. It's an uncertain, high-risk move. Yeah, it might fix the problem, but it could also cause an immediate local failure. Waiting, on the other hand, that's predictable. It comes with a small, guaranteed cost, a slow, manageable decay. The system is just wired to avoid immediate, uncertain risk. So, of course it chooses to delay. It's not trying to solve the bigger problem, it's just trying to manage its own immediate uncertainty. From a local perspective, it's the perfect choice for survival. And so the cycle repeats. The next time a decision comes up, the system again chooses the predictable path of delay over the risky path of action. And with that choice, click. Another gear locks into place, filling up even more of that shrinking space. Little by little, one by one, these small, seemingly rational decisions to wait, they start to pile up. They build on each other, forming a new structure, an emergent architecture that no one ever designed, but that is the direct result of the system's own risk-averse logic. And then, eventually, you cross a line. That original, simple action that could have been taken right at the start, it's not an option anymore. That path is just gone. The window is completely closed. What you're left with is a system that has engineered its own paralysis. The space is now totally jammed with gears. There is zero room to move. The system has reached a state of structural lock-in, frozen by the weight of all its past choices. And this gives a name to the hidden mechanism we've just watched unfold: structural inevitability. It's that state you reach when the accumulation of past choices has eliminated every possible future except for one, just continuing on the exact same path. And here's the brutal irony. That original action, the one the system delayed to avoid a small, uncertain risk, trying to force that action now would guarantee a catastrophic, total failure. It would mean shattering all those gears that have been locked into place. The cost of acting has become infinite. So, when we look at this locked, fragile state, we have to ask a different kind of question. Did this system actually fail? I mean, it looks like it, right? It avoided one problem only to create a much, much bigger one. But see, that assumes the system's main goal was to solve the problem in the first place. What if it wasn't? What if we've been misunderstanding its purpose this entire time? The system's number one job was never to find the best long-term solution. Its prime directive, at every single choice point, was to pick the path with the most predictability and the least amount of uncertainty in the immediate future. It was optimized for local certainty, not global health. And when you look at it that way, this catastrophic lock-in, it's not a malfunction at all. It is the logical, inevitable outcome of the system doing its core job perfectly, over and over and over again. Which leaves us with a final, chilling realization. The catastrophe we see at the end wasn't the failure. The failure was baked into the system's DNA from the very first, perfectly rational decision to just wait. The collapse was just the hidden structure finally showing itself.